Hello and welcome to the Carlson Traders Airsoft review of the German submachine guns for airsoft. The first weapon we have is the MP40, also known as the Schmeißer, the machine pistol. It is fed from a 55 round mid-capacity stick mag, but high-capacity mags are also available. It has a non-functioning charging handle and an adjustable hopper. On the other side you have the fire selector for full and semi-auto. This feature is not on the real gun. The real gun fired only full auto. It has an adjustable fold-out stock, not adjustable, my bad, a fold-out stock with the press of this button much like an AK-47, and then the stock swings into place with a very nice click. There is a little bit of a wobble in the stock, so if you like a sturdy gun, this might not be the gun for you. But it seems like that there's nothing that's going to break if you're careful with it. The shoulder piece is also fold out and clicks into place, and it will not go back unless you actually work it. It features an adjustable rear sight with a permanently up aperture and a flip up aperture. The gun features two sling mounts, a slot in the back much like a stock of a Mauser, and a side mounted sling mount where the sling is fed through. In order to make this sling on either side of the gun, you can choose by unscrewing the front barrel nut, pushing out the pin and removing this rib. Once the front is unscrewed, this sling bracket can then be switched to the opposite side for users who want the sling on the other side. Unfortunately, with the cocking handle, it makes it a little uncomfortable to have the sling on the other side. The finish is very good and replicates the early plastic known as Bakelite. The rate of fire is around 500 to 600 rounds per minute, much like the real one, on an 8.4 rechargeable 9mm battery. Overall, this gun's compact size mixed with a very good feet per second, which is around 350, makes it a perfect gun for CQB. The fact that it has a semi-auto fire selector means it is very friendly for CQB environments where the rules might be you have to fire on semi-auto only. Its small size means it can be held like this, single-handed, or for more accurate shots you can fold out the stock and shoulder fire the weapon. If you have an AGM stand, the magazines are also compatible. That is the AGM MP40, and it is very, very, very nice build. The upper part of the receiver is all metal. The back fixture parts, as far as I can tell, are probably pot metal, but they're very strong and they're not going to break anytime soon. To access the battery compartment, you simply pull down on this lug after removing the magazine. Now the gun is in two pieces. The battery is then attached to that timer connector, which is a small type, and it can fit up to a 9.6 nunchuck, or butterfly configuration. Make sure when you replace the receiver into spot that you are not going to pinch any of the wires. Slide back till it clicks, and then replace the lug into its former clicked position. This is the MP40. Another appropriate weapon for the German army for the Eastern Front was the Ppsh 41. Most of you would say, why would they use a Russian gun? Simply because it was much better than what they were supplied with. Here is the Ppsh 41 brought to you by S&T Armament. It is far cheaper than its prototype, the Ares, and features a full steel construction. The upper receiver is all steel. The only thing that I think is not steel would probably be the mag vent, which is made out of a strong pot metal. It features a 2000 round drum magazine. This magazine can be opened by simply pushing the switch and removing the face of the mag completely. It holds 2000 BB. On the top, for those of you who really like trades, is a Russian star with the date 1944. The stock is made out of wood and features a sling mount on the stock much like that of the Mauser, simply a slot. The magazine is much like a Thompson. You must fit it into the groove and make sure that it clicks firmly into place. The mag release switch is a push forward button. In order to not accidentally press it and release your mag in the middle of a fight, you can then pull this to the rear position. The hop-up is accessed by pulling back the charging handle and clicking it into place with this switch, which locks the bolt back. It features a drum-style hop-up, much like that of the Thompson. This gun also features blowback, which brings a satisfying clicking noise to the action. There are two apertures on the rear. This aperture and this aperture. They look identical. I cannot tell the difference. The front sight is very basic. It's a notched post with a hood. The sight is permanently attached to the front. There is no threading for any silencers or whatnot, but why the hell would you want to put a silencer on a Ppsh? The stock is the battery space and can be accessed by pulling down the fake cleaning door and pivoting the back. Although I'm not going to do that because I don't want to break it, because it's my brother's. And he knows how to work it better than I do. The sling that is on the Ppsh is an MP40 sling. The reason we put that on is because it was used by the Germans and we use it in our German impressions. Another very cool feature about the cocking handle is that it is a spring detentioner. And after you're done shooting it, if you pull it all the way to the rear position, it goes beep. And that means your spring tension has been released. The gun feels very sturdy, although I like the MP40 better. It doesn't have a folding stock and it makes the full size. It makes it just full size and not as compact. To break down this gun, to disengage the blowback feature, which makes your battery last longer, you simply press the back button and pivot it down. Before you do that, you must pull the charging handle to the rear and the locked position. To disengage the hop-up, the blowback, you let forward on the bolt. You can see that there's a slot and it's resting on a switch. You pull the bolt up, pull the switch to the rear. Now your blowback is disengaged. It brings your battery life up and your rate of fire up a tiny bit. If you're using a LiPo battery though, it will not matter much. Before you put the top back down, in order to not wreck the gun, you pull the bolt to the rear, lock it into its locked position, or actually it cannot lock while it's down. You hold it back, flip the top, lock the top, let it forward. And that is the S&T Omni Ppsh. Both weapons are very appropriate for German soldiers' impressions for World War II airsoft. I prefer the MP40, but then again, it's all up to personal preference. Goodbye from Carlson's Raiders.